6 layers of denim. Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just as unique as us. Alright, so a while ago I did a video comparing 2 of my favorite upcycling cheap sewing machines. I am a mechanical sewing machine girl, so I compared those for you guys. Eventually I will be doing a computerized sewing machine comparison, but today we are doing sergers because you guys have requested it. And we're not only doing a comparison of 2 sergers, we are doing a comparison of 3 sergers. Yes, 3 sergers, and we're going to look at them individually, then we're going to compare them to one another, like the quality of the stitches, the ease of threading, which is a big one for me, and how many layers of denim they sew through. Yes, we're going to do it with a serger because for upcycling, that is one of the things that I care about. Then at the end, I'm going to tell you which one is my favorite, which one I'm keeping for my daily upcycling use. All right, let the showdown begin. All right, first up is the Brotherton 34D. It is running $250 currently on Amazon. You can use 2 regular needles in it. It does 3 thread and 4 thread. The stitches include the 4 thread overlock, 3 thread overlock, narrow hem, rolled hem, and ribbon lock stitches. It has easy color-coded threading, differential fabric feed for better stitch quality. It sews 1,300 stitches per minute. The stitch width can be easily adjusted from 3mm to 7mm. It does have a pressure foot adjustment dial. It has adjustable on-off knife, free arm, thread catcher, and it comes with a DVD and instruction book. It also comes with a multi-purpose guide foot, gathering foot, needle set, 4 spool nets, tweezers, cleaning brush, hex wrench, and soft cover. And it does have a 25-year limited warranty. All right, so next up is the Serger Heavy Duty Serger. Yes, there is a companion to the Serger Heavy Duty that I reviewed in the last video. So this one actually can do 2 threads, 3 threads, and 4 threads. You can use regular needles in it. It says it has 8 built-in stitches. These stitches, you do them just like any other serger, but I'll tell you what they are. It's a 2 thread wrapped edge overlock, 2 thread standard rolled hem, 3 thread overlock, 3 thread wrapped edge overlock, and the 4 thread stretch mark safety stitch. It does have easy color-coded threading, a metal heavy-duty frame. It says that the cutting knife is 60% larger. It has 2 LED lights, a built-in rolled hem plate, differential feed for better quality stitches. And I'll tell you guys, all 3 have differential feed, and differential feed basically means that there's 2 feed dogs. They push and pull to work together to get your fabric through the serger without giving you any bunches or without giving you that, you know, bad rippling effect or anything like that. So it's very good to get a serger with differential feed. It sews 1,300 stitches per minute. The stitch width can be changed from 3mm to 7mm. It does have a pressure foot adjustment dial. You can turn the knife on and off if you don't want to use the knife. It does have a free arm and a thread catcher. It does not come with a manual. Everything that you do, you have to go online. Serger has a really good website and you can download the manual, but your manual is going to be online and not in paper. If you want it in paper, you have to print it out yourself. It comes with tweezers, spreader, needles, screwdriver, 4 thread spools, spare lower knife, and lint brush. And that spare lower knife is definitely helpful because once your knife gets dull, you don't have to go buy a new one. And the warranty is a split 90-day, 2-year, 25-year limited warranty. And last but certainly not least is the Juki MO-644D portable serger. I will tell you that there is actually now, I saw it today, one that I think is more comparable to these other 2, but I'm going to tell you all the amazing things about this one and let you pick which one you prefer. So this one does run $2.99 on Amazon. You can use regular needles in it. It does have the ability to have 2 threads, 3 threads, or 4 threads. You can do a 4 thread overlock, 3 thread overlock, narrow hem, rolled hem, and ribbon lock stitches. It does have color-coded threading, and like I said before, it does also have differential feed. This one sews 1,500 stitches per minute, and the stitch width can be adjusted from 3 to 7mm. And just like the other ones, it has a pressure foot adjustment dial at the top. You can also turn the knife on or off if you don't want to use the knife. It says it has a free arm, but we'll talk about that in a minute. It does not come with a thread catcher. It comes with an instruction book, so that's a plus. It also comes with nets, spool caps, tweezers, cleaning brush, needles, small screwdriver, oiler, accessory bag, dust cover, and looper threader. And it does have a 25-year limited warranty. All right, so I hope you guys are excited about all the stats that we learned about these sewing machines so far. And let me say, they all are very impressive sergers for the price. Now, let's compare the three. First of all, let's talk about the number of threads that you can sew with. You know, some sergers you can sew with 2, 3, or 4, and some you even up to 5 if it's a cover stitch machine. But we are talking about the difference between 2, 3, and 4, and 3 and 4. So the Brother 1034D does not sew with 2 threads. Both the Serger and the Juki sew with 2 threads. I don't often use my serger for 2 threads, but if that is something that you're looking for, the Brother will not do it. So you're going to want to look at the Serger or the Juki. Next up, let's talk about something super important for those of you who are beginners or those of you who just don't like to thread sergers, and it's threading. How do they thread? So these two, the Brother and the Serger, both thread towards the front. The Juki has kind of like the old school style that I call it, where it has the dials on the front and you thread it that way. Now they all have color-coded instructions that guide you along the way. All their instruction manuals do a very good job of walking you through the steps. However, that other Juki that I told you I would tell you about for this reason is the Juki 50E. You can look that up. It's $289 right now on Amazon, while this one is $299, and it threads the front way just like these two. And I think it may be, if it comes with that Juki quality, I think it will definitely be more comparable to the Brother Strong and Tough and the Serger heavy duty serger as far as threading. Because right now I would not prefer to thread that one on a daily basis. That is the reason why I upgraded my serger in the first place, is because I do not like that old school way of threading. You have to get down in it when you are threading the lower loopers. You actually have to have both sides of it open, and you have to use like a little threading tool in order to get in there and pull it out. And I did not find the threading tool helpful at all. I used my tweezers, which helped me even better. So yeah, I thought that that was not intuitive at all, but I did get it threaded. It's not like it's impossible. And for the quality of the stitches, you'll see in a minute, I think it's still a very good serger, and especially, you know, $299 is a good price for a serger. But in hindsight, I wish I had known about the other one, because I definitely would have purchased that one. Before we go on saying which one is easier, which one is not, let's talk about my definition of easy threading. What I like about the Brother 1034D, first of all, is that it threads towards the front. These both thread towards the front. The thread goes down into the front, you follow the color-coded directions, and you go towards the loopers. Now, what makes the Brother 1034D stand apart is that when you get ready to thread that lower looper, the dreaded looper that everybody hates threading, it has this little thing that you pull out. You just put the thread behind it, push it back in, and you continue on about your merry way. I did not know how much of a godsend that was until I tried the other two. But the Juki, definitely, like I said, you have to thread it from both sides, and even the Serger is not as easy. You have to take it behind this little thing. And yeah, I really did not enjoy threading it compared to the Brother. So for me, the clear winner as far as threading is the Brother. All right, so next up, let's talk about tie-off threading. If you don't know what tie-off threading is, it's when you cut the threads that are already in the machine and you just put on your new threads and you tie them to the old threads, so that once you start to sew, you're not sewing any material, you're just sewing, you know, making the chain. And when you do that, it pulls through and it kind of threads your serger for you. So this is an easy way, even if you had a hard to thread serger, that you can just really quickly change out your colors of thread. All three of these allow for easy tie-off threading. I've tied off every last one of them. As a matter of fact, the Juki didn't even come with thread. It came threaded, but the threads were just pulled off on the top. And so I just added my white thread, tied it off, and it went right through like butter. All right, so let's talk about this free arm situation. They all say that they have a free arm technically. So let me show you the free arm for the Brother 1034D. It pops off like a normal sewing machine, easy peasy. The only thing I don't like about it is that down in there, like if you have a cuff or something like that, it only allows for literally like a cuff or something thin. It does not allow for a thick piece of fabric. Now the Serger does have a free arm. However, this little thing is so hard to pull off. It is quite difficult, and I don't know whether it'll loosen up over time as you take it off, put it on, take it off, put it on, but it is, I was afraid to pull it off the first time because I didn't want to break anything, but I did get it off. It actually has an extra compartment inside that you could put, you know, you can store things in, and sometimes when you first buy it, your accessories will be inside that. So if you think that, you know, yours didn't come with accessories, check that and see if there's accessories in there, and you may find them inside of there. Now, once you get it off, the free arm is completely free. So that situation where I was talking about a cuff and too much layers, you will not have that issue on the Serger heavy duty. So that is definitely a plus. Now the Juki, and I feel so bad because I got it sitting all the way out here, and it's by no means to say that it is like third place in this by any means. But as far as free arm is concerned, it's a little weird. So you open the compartment up, you know, open this side up, and that's what's considered the free arm. I guess it's free, but there's no like loop for you to put your cuff or anything through, and it's open to the you know, function of the sewing machine. So I don't really get that. I wouldn't call that a free arm. But in the promotional materials, it says that it has a free arm. So I'll let you be the judge of that. All right, so now let's talk about the quality of the stitches. I have a triangle piece of fabric right here, and I'm gonna show it to you. Come in close, come in a little bit closer. Wait, not that close. Come in close so you can see. And I'm gonna show you this, and I'm gonna let you guess which one, well, I should have sewed them all in white, because now you kind of know, but which one has which stitches. All of these were sewn on these same settings, so they all had the same settings. And so let's just look at their stitches. So of course in the black, because you see the black thread, is the Brother 1034D. I really like the stitches. The only thing, it pulled it in so the stitch is not as flat as the rest of them. The other ones are really, really flat, but I really like the quality of the stitches. Now, over here is the Juki one, and I have to say I really like the pattern of their stitches. It just looks pleasant to me. It's pleasing to the eye to me. It gives a nice flat stitch. And you'll see in a moment, this thing sews like butter. So yes, I absolutely love that about it. The Serger, on this particular piece of fabric that you'll see right here, it doesn't look as good, but it also had the thread that came with the machine. So don't judge it by this. You'll see in a moment that the stitches can look better with a better quality thread. The thread just seemed to be a little bit flimsy to me, but you can see how these stitches look, and you can compare the look of the stitches to see which one you want your garments to look like. All right, so now is the time that you all have been waiting for. Let's watch them sew. Let's listen to them. Let's just get a feel for how these will be before you get it in your house. You can get a good feel for it and see which one really resonates with you. We're gonna start off with the Brother 1034D. Like I said, I've had it for 5 years, so you're gonna be judging this off of a 5-year-old machine. That's both good and bad, because it'll let you know after 5 years it still sounds, you know, it still looks good, it sounds good, but you know, when it's brand new, it'll probably be better, so you're not getting a brand new feel, but I hope it'll still be helpful for you. These shots are not sped up, and I'm not going to do anything to the sound to alter them, so that you can get a real-time feel for how they sound. All right, so you can see after 5 years, the Brother 1034D sews pretty well. It always had. I've never had a really bad time with this sewing machine, and I am tough on my machines, let's just say. And another reason that this one is different, which may be a plus, it may be minus for you, but the foot lift is on the right hand side of the sewing machine. So you hold the fabric with your left hand and then you lift the presser foot with your right hand. I have become accustomed to that. After 5 years, I am very uncomfortable using the other two sergers where the presser foot lift is in the back like a regular sewing machine. I feel so uncomfortable doing this now. All right, so let's look at these stitches. One side you see is tighter than the other. Of course, you always have to figure out what's best for the fabric that you're using, but I tend to try to use the same settings because we're comparing 3 different sewing machines. On the side where I decided to loosen those threads up a little bit, then you get a more flat seam. So yeah, getting a really tight stitch on denim is not the best for the brother, but you may see, like on that Juki, we'll see how it performs. All right, so let's take a look at how the Serger heavy duty serger sews. So I have this red thread in here. I hope that it pops out really good so you can see how good this is. It's really, really good. The knife cuts really well. The only thing that I don't particularly care for with the Serger is that it shakes like crazy. It's loud and it shakes. It shakes the whole table. And I don't know whether it has to do with the fact that that heavy duty name means it's got a super high powered motor and it just has to shake everything. I don't know, but yeah, it's shaking. It's shaking and baking. So yeah, I don't particularly care for that, but the quality of the stitches are good. All right, so let's take a look at how the Juki sews. So as you can see, it is nice and quiet and it sews like butter. Like the feel of it is really good. Like it just feels like it's not working too hard, and I really, really like that. And like I said, I really like the quality of the stitches of the Juki. They are nice and flat, like super flat. And yeah, they just come out good every time. But how do they all perform with layers? Now, I know I'm going to get the comment, why would you need to sew through that many layers of denim or anything else? If you sew and you sew with layers, put it in the comments and let people know people sew with layers and they do need to serge layers. As many layers as you have to sew, you could possibly have to serge that many layers. So you want a serger that is comparable to whatever sewing machine you have. So if you have a heavy duty sewing machine or industrial sewing machine, like industrial sewing machine, you probably need an industrial serger. Heavy duty sewing machine, you'll probably need a heavy duty serger. If you're doing lightweight stuff, then you can get whatever serger you want, or you know, something that does really well with lightweight materials. Now all of them, they have the same type of needle in them, and I'm actually going to change one of them to a denim needle, and you'll see how it performs after I do that. But you can put a specific denim needle in all of them because they all take regular needles, so you don't have to worry about that. But let's see how many layers the Brother 1034D can sew through. Here's 2 layers. Here's 4 layers. Here's the 4-layer stitch that I cut off. Really good at 4 layers. Really, really good. All right, so now let's see if it can do 6 layers of denim. I'm nervous. can sew through 6 layers of denim, and you can see it even has a little lift on the foot. It's almost like an extra lift. I love when sewing machines have an extra lift so that you can get extra layers of fabric underneath it. Love, love, love it. All right, so let's see how many layers the Serger Heavy Duty can sew through. All right, here's 4 layers. So we did have to loosen up, or lengthen that stitch length a bit, and it did go through, but the shake on it's like it was about to take off. The shake on that is crazy, but it did go through. It went through 4 layers of denim. Most people, regular sewing, you will not have to go through this amount, but if you're going through layers and layers like myself, doing denim, whether you're doing fleece, whether you're doing quilts, whether you're doing anything that you're having to go through, like maybe batting, I don't know what y'all going through. I know what I have to go through. So yeah, it is not going through 6 layers of denim. All right, so let's talk about this Juki. Do you guys think the Juki can do it? Juki is famous for their quality, so let's see if it can do it. Once again, like butter, like it wasn't even working that hard. So let's see if it can go through 4 layers. All right, so that was a little bit tougher, but not much. It didn't look like it was working that hard at all. So let's do the ultimate test, or the ultimate test for a serger, and let's see if it can go through these 6 layers. I really have high hopes for this one because it just really feels like it is a powerhouse. All right, so as you can see, it doesn't have that little extra lift. I did have a hard time getting that number of layers underneath the foot. However, I probably should have loosened the foot pressure. That might have helped a ton. It did start to go through really well. So what I decided to do was go ahead and try to pop in the denim needles for this and see if it would actually go through. That's when I had the first experience of trying to thread this thing. And like I said, because it's not my daily serger, of course, I knew it wasn't going to be intuitive. I was going to have to look in the instructions. I'm not upset about that at all. But then I did discover that those lower loopers are a little bit difficult. All right, so now I have the needles in. Let's see if it will sew through this 6 layers. I'm hoping. It better not have broke that needle. All right, so I almost broke another needle, and that, those are for denim. Now, I am doing something that is beyond the expectation of these sergers, really. Personally, like I said, if you have an industrial sewing machine, which I do, then you probably need to look into getting an industrial serger, which I will eventually do. But I just want to put it out there to you guys what each of these can do. And so now you can make a judgment call, a wise decision on what your next serger will be. All right, so let's talk about my final thoughts. I feel like brother really needs to sponsor me for real, but I really like to do these videos like with my own money because I want to be completely honest and I want to be impartial as well. So of course, I've had it for 5 years. I'm going to keep it. Now, I will say that I did this with the interest of possibly, keeping one of the other ones. if it was going to do better for me, I was going to keep one of the other ones and go ahead and sell this one. There's nothing particularly wrong with it, but I'm always looking to upgrade. If I'm going to do these videos, hey, why not upgrade me, you know? So as far as these three are concerned, this is my baby and I'm keeping it. I can't say that much more about it. It sews through the 6 layers. And I'm already used to the fact that it lifts on the right hand side. That may be a deal breaker for some people, but it threads the easiest. It has the thread catcher and it's the cheapest. So I think it is a clear winner in this case. You guys, a ton of people have the Brother 1034D. If you have good experiences, bad experiences, whatever your experiences are with it or any of these, please leave it in the comments. I'm not the only person that should be heard, that should be listened to. All of our ideas and thoughts and opinions collectively are helpful to other people to help them to make their decisions, make wise buying decisions. Even though these are fairly inexpensive or cheap sergers, $200 is $200, $300 is $300. It's not something you want to just throw away. So definitely put in the comments your experiences with either of these or other sergers. If you recommend another serger, even outside of this price range, let us know why you love it and why everyone else should as well. I did put the link to all of these in the description box below. If you buy through my Amazon link, then I do get a very, very small commission. You don't pay any more, of course, but it helps this channel to keep doing videos like this. Thank you in advance for your support. I hope you have enjoyed this video. I have a ton of other sewing machine reviews for you right here. Take a look, as well as 1,000,001 upcycles right here for you. This year we did 58 amazing upcycles, so definitely take a look at that. And if you're interested in my Sewing Rebel t-shirt, it is right in the merch shelf below. And if you want to see me review other sewing machines, put them in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.